There's a kind of freedom in heading out toward Cumberland Forest. It's not like the ride to the mountains, where the air feels thin and the snow closes in on you. This is greener country. Alive, moving, breathing. The light hits different here. The wind doesn't cut. It brushes past you like it's carrying old stories from one side of the forest to the other. Right from the first few steps, you can hear the change. The hooves don't crunch. They drum against packed dirt and soft grass. Somewhere in the distance, you catch the low call of a bird you can't quite see. The trees here stand tall and patient, like they've been watching riders pass for generations. And now, you're just the next shadow moving through them. This is the kind of ride where you slow down without even realizing it. Not because you have to, but because the world pulls you in. The game doesn't rush you here. It lets you notice the way the sun threads through the branches, casting gold across the trail. Every shift in the light feels like a moment worth keeping. Cumberland Forest isn't just a patch of land on the map. It's a crossroads of sorts. Hunters set their traps here. Outlaws hide out here. And if you're not careful, you might stumble on something you weren't looking for. But that's part of the magic. Anything can happen under this canopy. A stranger in need, a gunfight breaking out between the trees, or maybe just a quiet ride where nothing interrupts except the wind. Look off the trail for a moment. See that? A deer, head low in the grass, ears twitching at the sound of your horse. It's small details like this that make you slow your breathing, like you're actually there, not wanting to spook it. And in that second, you realize you're not rushing to the destination. You're here for the journey. The further you ride, the more you start to feel the forest closing in. Not in a threatening way, but like it's wrapping around you. The air gets heavier with the scent of pine. The path narrows, and you catch glimpses of the horizon through breaks in the trees. The game does this beautifully. It makes you curious about what's just beyond the next bend. And listen, somewhere out there, a stream is running. You can't see it yet, but you can hear it faintly over the horses breathing. That sound pulls you forward, step by step, like the forest is guiding you exactly where it wants you to go. And maybe it is. By the time the tree line thins, you feel like you've crossed into something different. The light changes. The sound of your horse's hooves changes. You're still in the forest, but the air feels wider, freer. And there's that moment when you stop, look back at where you came from, and realize you've just ridden through one of the most beautiful stretches in the entire game. And just like that, Cumberland Forest has left its mark on you. Not loud, not dramatic. Just a quiet memory you'll carry every time you ride this way again. Cumberland Forest has this way of pulling you in before you even realize it. One moment, you're riding open trails, and the next, you're under a canopy of tall pines, the sunlight dripping through in gold streaks. The air feels softer here, the wind carrying the scent of pine and earth. Your horse's hooves trade the hard clatter of dirt roads for the muted thud of forest paths. And somewhere in the distance, you catch the sound of a stream. Maybe you spot a deer slipping through the brush or hear a hawk calling overhead. It's quiet, but it's alive. Every step forward feels like the forest is guiding you deeper, showing you something worth remembering. By the time the trees start to thin, you realize you've just ridden through one of the game's most peaceful, perfect stretches, and you almost don't want to leave it behind.